Ladies and gentlemen,
Drew,
thank you
I'd
for
like to start
tuning.
with a big thank you.
Uh, I was going to try and make a joke about who you could be thanking. The Academy?
Uh, no, although
We didn't
yes.
win a podcast iHeartRadio podcast award, by the way.
No, not them either. But as a 61-year-old man, I want to make a big thank you. I want to thank the local teams for doing what they always do and sucking and will be eliminated if we even make the playoffs because now, like as a 61-year-old guy, these next several weeks to try to find these games on TV, internet, ESPN Plus, ESPN minus, I, I can't do it. So thank you for making it very easy for me not to have any interest in any of you, including the University of St. Thomas, who plays at like midnight. I'm not even sure where they play. So it's a huge thank you for Billy Guerin not making the trade. So now we'll just be eliminated the first round. It's extremely hard to find at my age. You guys are easily to, you can easily do it. I can't find any of this stuff on TV.
Most people joke about how every year March rolls around and people figure out what channel True TV and all this
Yeah,
other crap is
thank
on.
you. And that's a
You're the
normal one I can't
you're
find.
the only person that knows what's on that channel. You're the only one that actually knows that because it's just a cable channel and you can talk into the remote.
True. Yeah. Oh, no pun intended. See what I did there?
Yeah, good work. Good work.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so like that's one I could find, but it takes, and that's the only way you could. Aren't they on another random, like, is it sci-fi or no? Am I making that up?
I'll tell you right now.
You know where I'm going with this.
The games are on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. No, there was 1 year they were on an extra channel or two. But not anymore.
Then
It
I'm
looks
not
like
crazy. Okay. And
it
now
was
we have to,
it was either sci-fi or
yeah.
like I guess not MSNBC because that's NBC, but like
And now technically
I don't
we
know.
have to be interested in this tournament in Vegas, and then if you are interested
The
in
Crown.
sometimes,
Georgetown was in the Crown last year. It was absolutely electric. You're
well,
gonna
to be
see.
honest, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but why wouldn't you want to be in a weekend tournament in Vegas as opposed to UST is going to frickin' Seattle?
I would
On a,
prefer the Crown over the NIT. That's what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
100%, 100%. It also I don't know about the NIT, but the Crown you get NIL money if you win. Like
Well,
you
that's
don't
the
just get
prize.
yeah, it's like 500 grand for the team, like in NIL money basically.
Oh,
And like I think it has to go to the players. I don't think like the coach can
that's
pocket it.
hilarious.
Like
That's hilarious.
yeah.
I mean,
No,
kind of clever.
Georgetown was in it last year. It is some of the worst, but simultaneously because of that best basketball you'll ever watch. Because half the guys are checked out if they even play,
Right.
after transferring
Well,
or whatever.
the four guys we have
And
left to play.
I mean, yeah, Bobby Durkin's gonna put up 30 a game. It's gonna be electric.
He's coming back next year. I
Oh, that's a charge.
I
Sorry.
think he can. I think he can wait for the NBA one more year.
Or I mean, Tyson will probably put up 40 shots a game, but
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's So
it's
yeah.
pretty
This
electric.
is a difficult time of year to navigate. I feel.
No, I don't disagree with you
Is
actually.
Sam here, or is he already in St.
I'm
Louis?
I'm just patiently waiting,
He's on route. He's on route. What is Route 66? I guess that's probably too far south.
One, I'm
It's
nervous,
it's
and two, I'm
it's
patiently waiting for my time.
it's Route
Yeah, we'll get there.
66, by the way. Route.
Sorry, that's my
Are
bad.
you driving there?
Flying, driving combo.
Okay.
We'll get to Sam's. We'll get to.
Yeah,
We'll go
no,
through the whole
I'm
first round of
I'm
the
letting
bracket.
you
in a
guys
bit, I
have
think,
your
but-
time because on Friday morning, my time is now.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not sure you want to go there, considering his time is up.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know that
I mean
there's.
his time's up. My time is now on Friday.
I've got
Yeah,
you guys.
I see your
I've
point.
got
Okay.
you guys. I've got you guys winning a game or two.
Yeah, I think Kentucky's limping, and they just kind of suck.
Kentucky's
You know,
spent $22 million this year.
It is
Can I
the
tell you a
by
fun?
It's the
Oh, go ahead.
largest gap of
Right, I saw
NIL
that.
in the entire tournament, which
It
is
has to be.
crazy.
Yeah, it has to be.
For a
It's
Oh,
20
Howard's
million and
blowing
like
away.
1.7 or something.
For a
Um,
7 seed, $22 million. Not
we'll
money well
talk
spent.
Santa Clara,
Okay, that's fine.
concluding the season in a moment. I do want to mention one interesting thing about Kentucky as a basketball team in this podcast specifically, because sometimes you can't really make these things up.
No.
Um, Not that I'm like counting preseason as meaning much because obviously it meant nothing, but Kentucky has the opportunity to open and close their season, begin and end their season, I guess I should say, with losses to this podcast because way,
Oh.
way back in, God, it must have been, I don't even know. October? It's called October 30th. I bet I could find the actual news report.
I
October
think it's
30th,
probably close enough.
Georgetown went down to Rupp Arena, preseason match, and beat Kentucky 84-70 in a televised game that had me thinking not only would we be dancing, but we'd be a very good team. Neither of those things ended up being true. Did win a couple games in Big East tourney, but it would be quite poetic if we could bookend Kentucky's season with a couple of apples to apples wins.
That would be Georgetown not NIT bound. I apologize
They
for not knowing.
Well, I forgot. I guess you said last year Georgetown was
we were in the Crown
CBI
last
bound.
year. Yeah.
Or Crown. CBI is not
Crown.
happening this
CBI
year.
is not around. I thought I read somewhere in one of my sourced chats that we received an invite but declined.
I don't get that, but okay.
I think we have our best players got a broken ankle, obviously can't play. I think another guy apparently was playing through a torn labrum through the end of the season.
Oh.
We got a couple of guys graduating. I think they were like, we're gonna have. Last year we did it, and I literally think it was because of like the flu, like a really bad flu or COVID or something. A couple games we legit had like oh my God, 5 or 6 scholarship players. I think Cooley's like, I don't really want to do that again. And I think he's going to be under some pressure next year, so he's trying to get a little head start on the portal stuff. So I think it's
That's fair.
probably wise.
Yeah, I didn't pay a lot of attention. I've been pretty much just staring out the window with tears streaming down my face since I've been home from Florida. So maybe the worst place on earth, where I am right now. So I some stuff has slipped through the cracks. But anyways, lot going on.
I think before we let's discuss non-March Madness for a moment.
Have you guys been cursed by Danhausen yet? I'm worried.
I haven't bought a T-shirt, so I think technically yes.
Yeah, I gotta get a Danhausen T-shirt. That guy's electric.
You're really paying the $30, $40 just for
By the way,
some protection, but
that guy, I almost texted you guys. It must have not gone through my old phone because it was having so many issues. But Danhausen should never wrestle ever.
Who says he's going to?
The second he wrestles,
he's done.
is over.
Yeah.
I would almost have him just do like a comedy tour of like tag team, like like buddy cop tag team duos.
I don't know if I've ever seen him wrestle.
As soon as they lose, as soon as him and his tag partner lose, he should curse that tag partner and then
just
move
keep
on.
doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And it needs to culminate in like I think him and R-Truth. Truthhausen. I need a title reign out of Truthhausen.
I didn't mind Mizhausen.
No, but I like him not getting. I think him and Miz fighting and cursing him is funnier than partnering. I think him and R-Truth would be something. The Blackhawks goalie just fell. Literally just fell. Yeah, I should buy a T-shirt. My friend who is at recent father, actually, brand new father of one, brand new girl dad, as they say. Was actually at Elimination Chamber as one of his final days before becoming a father.
Right.
And I had told him about the
and
box.
being able to leave the house again.
Yeah, that too. Told him about the box. I was like, it's gonna probably be somebody random. Your best bet is it's Chris. Not best bet. The best person it might be is Chris Jericho, but it's probably not him. Blah blah blah. Danhausen comes out of the box, and I forgot to tell you guys. He just texts me, and goes, who is that guy? And I go, I honestly don't think I can describe it to you.
No.
And he was like, yeah, that was weird. I was like,
well, he wasn't the only one there saying that, so.
I was like, it's supposed to be weird. Samhausen, Santa Clara,
Hausen?
conclusion to the season, a little disappointing, but I think 4 more years of Herb, as they say.
At least.
Well, I mean, I said last show
Herbhausen.
He is PJ Fleck.
Hausen.
Whether we will ridicule his in-game coaching and his rotations and his in-game coaching decisions, like PJ Fleck, we will always say he's a horrible coach, but a decent recruiter, and he's probably perfect for us,
Hey,
as much as we hate to admit it.
well,
But
yeah.
you know what? They got it done. They beat St. Mary's, and all said and done, they are the top 10 seed in the tournament.
Where are you sitting Friday in the Hausen?
Do I want to give it away? Do you think are a lot of
Well,
people going to come say hi to
someone
me?
would have to go to St. Louis,
It
buy
is
a
in the
ticket, and
lower bowl, in the Santa Clara section.
how did
Did
you
you
get
buy
Let's
there?
the
put it this
tickets
way.
via Santa Clara? Wait, can I
Hausen?
ask
Santa Clara.
one
Well, we
specific
got
question?
some tickets from our friend in the program, some through the school. They gave Santa Clara 2 sections out of the entire arena. How many do you think Kentucky got? 25?
Is
Probably.
it? Yeah, probably. Is it at like where the Blues play, or is it at like
Yeah, it's
St.
at
Louis Universities?
no, it's at Enterprise.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna
you
say I don't
can
remember what
walk
they
there
call it
from
anymore, but
Kentucky, so that makes sense.
yeah, they're really yeah. I mean, I I just I don't want to curse you, as Danhausen would say, but do you think people are gonna be like, who the heck is Danhausen? Um,
I hope they don't look it up.
No way, Hausen.
it's probably for the best that they don't look it up. But I really do think we talk. I don't know if we talked about it on this show or we just texted about it. I don't even remember at this point. But like, I think if you look across, I mean, I have the bracket in front of me. I don't know that you were getting anybody like Kentucky feels as crazy as to say out loud, like your best. Like they weren't going to put you against St. Mary's, so that's not even worth the argument. UCLA, when they're healthy, I mean, they have
That's
studs.
the thing. If those two, if Dent and the other guys, forgetting his name, Dent
What
and
it's like something with a B, but I always forget how to pronounce it.
Bilodeau or whatever.
Bill,
If
yeah,
they're
I always
both
want to say
hurt,
Bill.
that's the one we want. But I think Dent will, one of them will play. So I agree. In Miami, I don't want any part of either.
No, I saw
So I
today
agree.
that Cronin thinks both Bilodeau. I always want to say like I don't even know what I want to say. And Den are supposed to both play. To your point.
Yeah. I mean, we are the best top 10 seed, so it makes sense, in theory,
Yeah.
to play the 7th seed we want. But then the problem is, like I mentioned last show, the 2 seeds
Right.
are pretty tough. I mean, honestly, UConn or Purdue would have been more favorable. I mean, Purdue's on fire right now, but we've seen they're beatable. UConn, Georgetown took them to the wire.
Yeah, I think.
The Gophers beat
Yeah,
UCLA.
What'd you say?
Didn't you say something about UCLA?
UCLA is another.
No, they're a
7th
7th seed.
Oh.
No, I like our first round. I like our first round draw, and we got to go game by game. But you can't help but look at the second game matchup against Iowa State. But we got to get there first. So
Yeah, I don't think Iowa State's all that bad of a matchup. I mean, you tell me if you disagree, but I feel like you guys have struggled with like size and athleticism, and I think Houston is built on that. I think UConn has that in spades. I think where St. John's matches up really well with UConn is St. John's has the length to disrupt that athleticism. I don't know that Iowa State's built off that in the same way. I mean, they have great guard play, which is always important in March. They're 2 seats. I mean, they're not going to have a lot of flaws, but I think you could do worse than Iowa State, I guess is all I'm saying.
I've got you winning.
and they have one of the best 3-point shooters in the nation. But we are one of the best 3-point shooting teams.
Right, you can keep up with
in
it.
the nation, so we can. I mean, we didn't shoot well against St. Mary's or Gonzaga, but no one really does. So
I've got you winning the first 2 game Hausens.
So it'll be exciting. Vegas has Kentucky. It's basically a home game for Kentucky. It'll be tough, but
what if you win? What are you saying?
7 a.m. practice tomorrow. The boys will be ready for Friday.
Okay, what if you win Friday?
I don't have a return flight booked yet.
Okay, that's what I
Uh,
mean.
I'm considering booking the Sunday night flight back and then moving it if we lose.
Okay.
Do you have any idea when you would play if you win?
I think well, you don't know there's two
Right.
games, obviously. So you don't know which one you'd be. I think they start in St. Louis at noon.
You guys play against Kentucky, according to my computer,
Oh, we play
at
Friday
at
at
12,
11.
12:15 here,
You'd
so
play
11:15
the
there.
second game Sundayhausen.
Well, we don't know. Everything I saw, the things I saw about when we were looking at potential game times before they were officially released, everything I saw was wrong compared to what was official. So I'm not going by anything until they officially come out with it. But I've seen the first game would start around noon, but who knows? I'm
Gotcha.
assuming if we're the early game on Friday, we would
They would
be
maintain that.
early like morning to afternoon on Sunday.
Yeah. Iowa State, Tennessee State is also at 2:50 p.m. or 1:50 St. Louis time, so that would make sense. Yeah, I think you're in good shape.
But there will be boots on
No,
the ground, and I haven't seen us win in person since I graduated. So
well, you do go to very high profile games, so I mean, if you really wanted to just
well,
shoot down there and watch you
I
guys
feel
beat up
like
on Pacific, you could probably do that. But
I've seen us play USF, St. Mary's, and Gonzaga multiple times.
truthfully, truthfully, until Thursday night, no, yeah, until Thursday night, I have no idea the last time I saw Georgetown win.
well, I mean,
J-
Yeah.
they've only
There
had
hasn't
one.
been a lot of them. I
Yeah, I
understand.
just
That's
say.
where you were
But
going.
yeah, first time in 30 years in tourney, had to make it there. But I mean, don't have a very deep team. We got to stay out of foul trouble. Got to make our threes. But I think, I mean, we have pretty good guard play with Hammond, and Mahi's been playing better, although he has his mental lapses. And Sash coming off the bench, we can catch fire from three, and we got a potential first round draft pick coming off the bench. Who knows? Maybe Herb will start him finally.
What time? Oh, that's 1:30 Eastern time. Is that correct?
No,
No,
it's
12:15.
11:15 your time.
Yeah,
Oh, I
12:15
might be
Eastern.
able to watch House in it before I go to. I know people are probably on pins and needles wondering what I did with my situation. Did I re-up? Did I buy the NCAA tickets or not? Big women's basketball booster. Should we leave it a cliff note until we get to that, or when do you want to go to that?
I mean, now feels like as good a time as ever. We'll pivot back to the tournament at large, no pun
Okay,
intended.
so
Uh,
I didn't want to be cursed, so yes, I did make the purchase. I will be attending both games on Friday. Scout the previous game, University of Minnesota women, and then if they win, I guess I'll double down and go Sunday. So yes, and are you wondering like seating situation if we stayed first row of the second deck or not? We did
I
not.
mean, it's your story to tell. I mean,
I will be about 10 feet from Blanket Lady, I believe.
oh, jeez.
I know. I feel like I'll be on TV.
Which
Yeah.
not that you or the people you go with really get up,
Wait, go
but
with.
if
You've gone to as many games as I have.
not okay, you or the people we go with, or
Yes.
the people we go with, I should say, ever get up, because you are a signature for once you sit down, you're not getting up for anything. Because I mean, you have a good reason. You pay a lot of money. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of money for these games, but you pay
No,
money
not.
to
I
to
did
watch the
not.
game.
A high school game costs more than this.
But if you ever want to go to concessions often or go to the bathroom, once or twice a game, your seats are great to watch the game, but they're horrible
Well,
for
here's
getting
the
up and getting
okay.
stuff. So I
True.
would think you would want to, change
My
seats.
the seats that we upgraded for the tourney were the only 4 seats in the row. So if I can't get out and maneuver, then I do have issues. Third row. I don't think I told either one of you about my basketball brush with fame last Friday night. Did I?
No.
Does the top Drews with Chad Greenway?
Yeah, it does. And everybody listening to this show will know the person I'm talking about. So for you three people listening, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. We at the academy we host a couple different section finals um, at our place, and then we work the clock. And as I walked in to the first game, a school by the name of
Mutual.
versus Liberty Mutual against Heritage Academy. There were several big, huge men with earpieces in. And I said, "What's going on?" And a very prominent figure's son is on the Liberty squad. Doesn't play, broke his arm anyways. And last year when they did this, there was only 3 of them there. Now there was like 20. They said he's coming to the game. You guys should know by now who it is, right?
As soon as you said the school, I knew.
Yeah. So this was Friday. Mr. Hagseth, what is he?
Secretary.
Secretary of War.
I don't know that I think they might have gone back, but either way, it is
unofficially.
Okay, whatever.
Either way, it is Secretary Hegseth. Which
Right.
Can I call a timeout for a second?
Yeah.
30-second. He's gotta hate being called secretary, right?
Of what? Yeah, I would think.
It doesn't matter of what, but like if his official term is Secretary Hegseth, you know he's gotta hate that. Anyways, I digress.
No,
well, I guess that's probably War probably hypes it up a little more.
Yeah, he tried to beef it up a bit. Yeah, you're probably right.
So as I'm sitting, let me just paint this. So now he's not there yet, of course, and I'm there super early. So in that gym where the table is, there's a door to the far. If you're looking straight ahead from the bench area and to the far left, there's a side door that you come in and stuff for like Town Square Television. That's where they were going to bring him in to watch the game. Now his son had a cast on, from what I've told, doesn't play anyways. He was in DC in the morning. You can venture to guess what it costs just to bring the plane over with a bunch of staff members to watch a basketball game, just to turn around and go back with probably several $100,000 worth of security. But I think the most unnerving piece of it was the 2 guys with huge shotguns perched on the balcony, pretty much staring right at where we were. Thank God there wasn't any maniacs.
Well, by the way, they probably weren't shotguns if they're on a balcony, but continue.
Well, rifles. I don't know what they were.
Yeah, it's probably.
I'm not a guy. I don't know what they were. So the game ends, and I'm told that, and then we have another game starting. So I was trying to keep people off the floor so we didn't have to sweep. And he's drawing a crowd, as you can imagine. And no, I mean, do you think anyone from the Secret Service would listen to this show?
I don't think so. Oh, what a shot!
But I'd be careful because if you say something, it could.
I'm not gonna. No, it's not. Well, it's not technically. Let's just say 3 of the members, and it doesn't. I'm not sure it could protect me, you, and Drew.
Well, I'm sure he had his D+ crew at the not even high school, middle school basketball game.
D-. But anyways, except for the people that brought him in. Now, to his credit, this guy who he literally took pictures with anyone that wanted one. I was a little surprised, but moral of the story is his team did win. They did make it to state. And 2 days later, there was a bomb scare at the school. I don't know. Maybe it's not connected, but we had to cancel baseball.
Maybe they had the date of the game wrong. Can I ask an absolutely unrelated question that I just remembered now and that I wanted to ask you because you were talking about the school?
Yeah.
And I promise this is not a joke, it's a genuine question. Why does St. Thomas have a kid on the Paralympic hockey team?
Okay. There's no delicate way to talk about this.
Yeah, no, that's why I figured I'd come around and say it. My question is around 2 questions, really. One, what is his Paralympic.
Yep.
Yep, you know what I'm saying. And second, how? Like, how did he get involved? And like, if you know, I assume you know at least
Yeah,
enough
oh
to.
no. So I know his family
By
very
the way,
well.
St.
Go
Downs
ahead.
also had, I think, still has. Well, he's not doesn't go to the high school anymore, but a person on the U.S. deaf soccer team.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's true. I was actually quite good friends with his brother.
Yes, you were. So Mr. Cunningham is who you're speaking of, Liam. His brother was one of my favorite players. His brother is actually the
Howard
captain.
still might blow this. You got to inbound the ball.
Will Smith might be the laziest catcher in all of baseball, by the way. Continue.
The catcher. His brother was
He's never tried blocking a single ball. He always just goes for the backhand.
his brother is the captain of the Navy hockey team right now, but he's 17 years old. He had to take off of school for several months. He's coming back. He's got to be the youngest kid on the team by probably 10 years. But here's now I don't know how to. I just I mean, if I offend someone, I completely apologize. I'm just stating facts. He's the only one on the team that can walk. He has two legs. Now what?
Well, okay, let me rephrase what I'm about to say. Multiple guys on the team have two legs. I don't know
I
that they're
don't
both
think that
fully
works.
functioning, which I'm assuming is also true of him.
I
But
don't know if they have two full. Okay, see, how do I don't know that they have two full legs. His one leg is a lot skinnier, which hence makes him.
is it like dystrophy?
I think so.
Dystrophic?
But
Dystrophic?
I've seen him actually skate,
Well,
and
I mean,
he's better than the three of us. I can promise you that. But so very interesting that he can walk in and out of it. Like he walks during school, and
yeah, yeah.
so he's obviously a really phenomenal athlete, and I watched a
Can
little
I
bit of it. I think he scored
can
a
I
goal too.
can I say something crazy?
Yeah,
I don't know when you eventually get into the whole sled hockey thing. I almost find it more impressive that he has two almost fully functioning legs and he is
I know he's.
that
Oh
good
God,
at it.
there's no way to say this without. I mean, like he's actually pulling.
More weight.
he's
Yeah. No, I know what you're
he's
saying.
pulling
Yeah.
more weight than some of
Yeah.
these other guys.
And I have to imagine most of these guys have been doing this for much longer than he has, given
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a lot of his life, I bet both legs were pretty okay. Like I when I learned that
yeah.
the other day, I was mind blown.
No, it's pretty
Absolutely mind
amazing,
blown.
and how young he is compared to everybody
Right.
else.
That was really what it was for me. I was like, he could have two legs, four legs, no legs. He's a 17-year-old kid.
He's been out of
18,
school for
18 now.
months, which I good reason to be, but yeah, pretty crazy. I was trying. Did you watch any of it? It's like some of them actually had skates on and were sort of using like the one leg to skate, and
I
it was very
watched it
confusing how the
briefly.
whole
Yeah.
thing happened.
I
I
watched
would
it
not,
briefly, and to your oh my God, Howard, you got to foul. You got to foul up three. Well,
but
them
I will
just
say
turning the
one
ball.
thing
They tried to
about.
foul. I
I'll
don't think
say
I got away
one
with
thing
it.
about them. They're on freaking metal sleds and they're slamming each other into the boards. Like,
It's
how are there
crazy.
not major injuries?
It's crazy.
Seriously.
Some of the I haven't I again I hope I'm not offending anybody, but some of the Paralympic sports are like more extreme and I mean impressive goes without saying, but like I am totally with you. I like it's crazy.
No, I
Some of
mean,
the Paralympic
it's
sports are
metal.
absolutely insane. Yeah,
Like I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. It's like a car crash.
it's insane.
So, well,
I probably won't
congratulations.
reference car crash. It might be
Oh,
sensitive for some of the players. You don't know why they are the way
yeah.
they are.
No, let's take that one back. But it's listen, he's coming home with a gold medal. I bet I'll get to
Yeah,
see it.
you should. I hope they should
I'll
do
try
it.
to grab a picture with the gold medal
They got to
because
do
it's
a
But do
little
they
thing for him. I think.
did he get a little stuffed animal too?
that's a great question. I've only seen the athletes with the medals. Same
How do we
medals.
get our hands on that stuffed
I'd
animal?
rather have the
I
stuffed
think you
animal than
can
the
just
medal.
buy one, Sam. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, I
I'd
don't
rather
think we
have
can because they're all in the trash is the problem.
yeah,
Yeah, there's probably none left. That's true.
I think the Paralympics said No, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. The Paralympics declined him. I'll just leave it there.
Declined
Um,
the
what a
stuffed
tough
animals.
subject. You can't really. Yeah, I was going to say something
No,
different.
I think the only way to well, there is a Paralympic mascot. You know that, right?
I did
By the
not know
way,
that.
Ken Rosenthal is on the
Maybe the worst
field,
announcer ever.
and he's the worst. He's on the field, and the manager DeRosa is probably on the fifth step. It's pretty embarrassing for.
Well, they work together.
Poor Ken.
They work together on the Major League Base. Someone needs to take a bat and literally fling it at Rosenthal's head. I know he's part of the tribe. How do we get him out? He's terrible.
Or someone
Milo-
needs to go up to him and grab his bow tie, yank it off him, and light it on fire.
He does sort of get away with a lot of like not get away, but he's thought of like his bow tie. He has got this foundation, and the bow ties
He's
are
got a
all,
weird
you know.
respect that I don't think he deserves.
No, I agree, and I think the whole bow tie thing he's now turned into this like charitable cause, which is great. I'm not debating that, but I think he hides a pretty terrible personality behind
Ugh.
the bow tie thing.
No, I don't think he's that nice of a guy, actually.
Milo is a friendly stoat who will share the excitement and joy of Paralympic winter sports at Milano Cortina 2026. He will work together with his sister Tina, the Olympic mascot. Milo is always creative, active, and curious, etc., etc., etc. Milo was born without a right leg and learned to use his tail to walk, run, and hop. So if you can get your hands on a Paralympic mascot stuffed animal, that's a collector's item.
So it would have to be Milo.
I mean, I assume if they gave them out at the Paralympics, they gave out Milo. And Tina was the Olympic one.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like I had one other super random thing to cover today, but it'll come to me later. We got to move on to March Madness as Game 1 is officially complete. Howard moves on. Anybody who was just not quite sure if they thought Michigan was going to beat either UMBC or Howard, now you know they're going to take on Howard in the opening round.
Can I just say one more thing about the women? Because then we don't need to talk about it. Did you see this stat? And you guys can correct me because I'm sure there's no chance I'm right. Is it true? Like, no, only the number 1, 2, 3, or 4 seeds have ever advanced to the Final Four
Say it again.
in the history of the women's tournament. Only someone in the top 4 seeds has ever advanced to the Final Four. Like no one outside the top 4 seeds have ever advanced.
I buy
feel
that.
that's true.
I mean, I buy that.
Well, UConn's been in it every year, so I mean,
I buy that. I don't know how to fact check that.
no,
I
know.
I don't even know what I would Google.
I think it's true. It really is.
Let me see if I can find the bet and confirm this because I have another thing on top of that.
Okay, Sam, are you betting on Santa Clara? Like, how does that work?
I'm not
strictly
gonna.
for fun. Strictly for fun.
I have a personal policy because all my teams suck and let me down. I don't bet on my teams.
That's fair.
I agree with that actually.
Personal policy number 1, actually, I'm not going to go against. The over is in play. I haven't decided about it yet. And OA player prop over points is definitely in play. I will take some player props on both teams and maybe bet the over. But I will not be betting on Santa Clara. Vegas already wants Kentucky to win. That's out there. So we're already going against Vegas and the refs and the SEC bias.
Okay, that makes it tougher.
What I'm trying to find. So first off, the UConn women to that same commentary.
Wait, Dad's wrong, by the way.
I'm wrong?
He's
the Gophers were a number 7 seed in 2004 and reached the Final Four. USF in 1999, 7 seed. Arkansas in 1998 as a 9 seed. Arkansas is a 5 seed in 9. Okay, well, the Google AI is definitely wrong because they say Arkansas in 98 was a 5 and a 9 seed. This is, by the way, everyone listening, all three of you listening, there's probably one by now. Your job is safe because this is Exhibit A why AI is horrible.
I can't find it. Go ahead.
Well, but I mean, were the Gophers a 7th seed in 2004 when they reached the Final Four? I mean,
I don't think so. I think they were a top 4 seed because they were so good. They had an insane year that year. But whatever. I bet it's very few.
according to AI, Dad's wrong, but AI, I'm literally looking at it, it's wrong. So I don't.
Okay.
So what I can confirm is UConn women are minus 310 to win the whole thing. And I'm pretty sure I saw a bet that was you could pick the UConn women or the field, anyone else, and I think it was even. And I think it was even money.
I took UConn.
I think it was even money.
I took UConn. I can't see them losing.
All right, pivoting.
Well, they haven't.
I have UConn too.
They haven't lost. Pivoting to the men.
Yes.
We'll rip through the first round of games here, I think, discuss some potential upsets, then we'll move to Cinderellas. We got about, it's called 20 minutes left in the pre-show. Okay. We'll make sure we get all the big things in. Any early things on the bracket either of you feel like mentioning? We discussed
Gophers
Santa Clara's
were a
position,
7th seed in 2004 when they lost to UConn.
Okay.
The Diana Taurasi led UConn women's Huskies, Lady Huskies.
That was a good UConn team.
I think
and our own McCarville, Janelle McCarville.
Janelle. And Lindsay. I think
Lindsay went 3 for 11 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3.
My sources are predicting VCU over North Carolina in a first round upset.
I'm more. Any thoughts on bracket seeding snubs? I thought they got it.
Are we men's, women? Like, are we going combined?
We're talking men's. We're talking.
Wait
men's
a second. Now. And I don't care. I hate every one of these teams, but the Duke, St. John's, Kansas, Michigan State. That's insane. UConn.
This is
way too tough. Now I hate every one of them, so I'm glad most of them are losing. All of them, but
it's a lot of the blue bloods, as they say. But if you look at it, Duke is injured. Kansas has been playing better recently, they had a stretch in the beginning to middle of the year that looked like they might not even make the tournament.
I feel like
St. John's, as Drew knows better than everybody, they blew it last year at the tournament. They couldn't do anything with maybe a better team.
I think St. John's is wildly underseeded, and I'm with Dad. I think they did it to just jam them into this bracket. But I'm with you on every other team you just mentioned.
And Michigan State, by the way, they got beat by the Gophers. I think Izzo's one of the best coaches in the league, but I don't think they're anything that special.
But I understand that. But Duke plays well in the tournament. Kansas plays well in the tournament. Michigan State plays well in the tournament. UConn always plays well in the tournament. I mean, I'm not saying. Listen, they're going to beat each other up.
They don't play well in the tournament every year. They're in the tournament every year.
UConn does. I mean, they've got some. Either way, I think that's the toughest. I think Arizona's got an absolute cakewalk in the West. Although Queens might be tough.
I think Michigan has a cakewalk, by the way.
Yeah, I'm with Sam. No offense to Santa Clara, but since you said that now, I agree.
Well, Santa Clara's at the bottom, by the way. We got it.
True.
I've got
but I agree. Alabama's nothing. Their star player has 2.5 pounds of marijuana. He's out.
Yeah, he's got other things to do.
Texas Tech's nothing.
And then he might still play.
Oh, he's 100% gonna play.
I mean, wasn't someone on murder charges and they got him to play? So I wouldn't
accessory.
They had a 27-year-old trying to play for him. No, he 100%.
They're not trying. He did play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they let that happen. I mean, we don't have to relitigate it. Someone else will but.
Yeah.
You know who everyone, the big upset that almost everybody's picking, you guys I bet did too. Akron over Texas Tech.
Well, Texas Tech is missing their 2 best players.
Right. So.
Yeah. And Akron is just pretty good. From what some of these teams, I'm not going to pretend
Texas Tech
to have watched.
Former Santa Clara guy.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend like I've watched Akron, but I do know that Texas Tech has their two best players hurt and also hasn't been playing
I
all
only
that
know
great.
that I know there's the Zips. I have Houston coming out of the
You know their
South.
mascot's name?
Zippy?
Yeah.
Is
Figured
it
that one
really?
wasn't too. Yeah, I thought that was
That
pretty
was
I
a
was gonna
self-explanatory.
say
complete guess.
I was gonna say the same thing, but
Yeah, I didn't think it was that complicated.
I've got
I
Houston,
think
Arizona in my finals.
well, Dad's jumping the gun. I guess Drew asked about
Oh.
Yeah,
teams.
I mean, a guy has got no
I
idea how
think
to run a show.
I think Vanderbilt's a team who deserve better than a 5. I mean, you
Oh,
saw
we're
what they did in
still
the
tied.
SEC tournament, who everyone says is the best conference in the league, and they went through that. I mean, that was pretty impressive, and I guess it meant nothing.
They lost to Arkansas, who had ended up as a 4. I think if you just look at that game, the winner that was going to be a 4, the
Can
loser
I
was going to
say
be a
something
5.
about
Clearly,
Vanderbilt?
Which I mean, Arkansas should have been higher than a 4 probably then.
yeah.
It's
I
hard to
didn't
even
like Alabama got a 4 seed, Nebraska got a 4. I didn't get Nebraska had a great start to the year, but I don't know. They haven't.
So it's hard to
Are they
say
a top
Vanderbilt
16 team really?
without thinking of the beach. I think Vanderbilt came out good. They play a pesky McNeese State, but then they'll probably play Nebraska. They'll beat them, and I think
No,
they could probably
that's true.
and I think they could beat Florida.
I mean, they
And
just put
They
a
just did.
butt whooping
Yeah,
on
so
Florida. They just beat them, so.
so I think they ended up in a pretty good spot. I think you're right, but I think they ended up in a good spot. You put them in with Duke, Michigan.
No, that's
I
true.
mean, South
agree.
Florida's not even bad. Louisville, I think that other one is nuts.
Louisville is one of those teams that they couldn't go on a run if they get hot because they shoot a lot. They shoot a lot of threes, and they're one of those teams. If they get hot or one guy gets hot, they might make a run deep, deep. But they could come out and lose by 20 in the first game without question.
Mikel Brown, one of the best guards in the country, he might be out, and if he's playing, by the way, he is very streaky.
Right, exactly.
I mean, at times he puts up 35 a
game.
game, and at times he puts up 10. Like he's very streaky. I mean, he's very talented. I mean, as you've seen, guard play in March matters a lot, and you just got to get hot at the right time. So
I think they said
mark.
Brown's gonna play. I don't know. I can't see for sure.
I agree that. Then Duke has to play TCU second, and TCU has knocked off a lot of top teams. So
yeah, they've beaten some good teams.
That region is definitely very tough.
Yeah, there's just I hate when they put. You know what really. Not that the committee cares about me when they're making the bracket, but sometimes when I look at the bracket, there's teams that for no reasons other than vibes or fun or content that I'm like, I need to pick them in the first round. And I feel like almost every time they get put up against a team that at the same time in the back of my mind, I'm like, I think they can make a run. It happens without fail every year. And when the bracket came out, Arkansas is the 4 seed. I'm like, I love Arkansas this year. I mean, how I don't think you can say enough about Darius Acuff. I love their front court. They're not huge, but the athleticism, the shooting they get across the board, the pace that they play at. Calipari, I know he's had his moments that haven't gone well in March, but hard to debate a guy that's been going on. I'm like, that's a team. Yeah, that's it. It's March. That's a team that can make a run. And then who do they get playing? Who are they playing as a 13? Hawaii. And I'm like, all I wanted to do was pick Hawaii in the first round. And now I'm like, I was going to pick Arkansas to go to the Elite 8. If not, it hurts. It hurts.
I think Arizona, I know Purdue was number 1 to start the season, but I think Arizona's got an absolute cakewalk. I don't like picking all these number 1s, but that in Michigan seemed way too.
I don't either, but last year, it was all 1. So.
Yeah.
No, the only one I'm not picking, as I said earlier, is Houston.
Wasn't it like what? Not a single double-digit seed won a first-round game last year, or nobody lower than 10? Maybe it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
10 always wins.
Whatever it was, it was. That's kind of the era of basketball we're in right now.
But Arizona's going to go against Utah, Wisconsin, and maybe Arkansas.
Again, it wouldn't be until the Elite Eight, but whether it's
correspondent, they could face it.
Dad's clearly picking. He's clearly picking Utah State in that matchup because he just.
I am too, but I'm going to give my credit to our Philly correspondent.
I did pick Utah State.
Well, of course you did. You said Utah State, who's playing Villanova.
He didn't even say. He said Utah, who's not even in the tournament.
My thing with that bracket is
because I'm on a first name basis with Utah State, so I just go Utah. They know who I'm
well, it's
talking about.
confusing. I mean, what do you call Utah?
I don't because they're not in it, but you're true.
Oh,
But true. Good point.
that's a weird quadrant because I'm with you. I'm not impressed by Purdue. I'm not really impressed by this version of Gonzaga. I just think BYU is one of those teams that has the talent, the top end talent to beat anybody. Like I just really think they do. And same with Arkansas. So I agree. I think Arizona has it pretty easy because BYU could lose early and
Uh-huh.
Arkansas, like I just said, I think they have as much talent as anybody in that part. But I think I agree with Sam. Michigan, you look through it and you're like, Alabama now doesn't have their best player. Texas Tech doesn't have their two best players. Virginia's fine. And I would say Iowa State is probably the worst of the two seeds in my opinion. I
Let,
do think Purdue and UConn are
let me
better,
ask
but
you too a BYU question. They've got the most expensive player in the league. I think he leads the nation in scoring or close to that, and they're probably going to get bounced in the second round. Is that a money well spent? Is it worth it to spend
well,
that much to have that guy who did play well, by the way? They already knew he was leaving, and they get, I guess, or they should beat Texas, but to Drew's point, maybe not.
I mean, there's
I don't know.
one of their top three
Well, it doesn't
players
have
did
to be.
did
It's not
did tear
necessarily
his
Texas.
ACL, so I don't think it'd be. They started so well, and then they lost four in a row somewhere in there, which happens. They were tough games. They had to go to Kansas. They played Arizona, and they lost to Houston. And then probably their third, you could argue second best all around player, Richie Saunders tore his ACL, then so they dropped a few more and then they lost to Houston in a pretty close one to close it in the tournament. But I I think I agree with you. Like return on investment is maybe questionable, but at the same time, you didn't really expect a guy that scores 18, grabs 6 boards for you, and shoots like 38% or whatever from three to tear his ACL. That kind of throws a wrench in everything. But
True.
all right, we got 5 minutes until the post show. What I think we got to do in the next 5 minutes. Favorite Cinderella pick. Let's give our final fours and our champion, and we can get into some more details in the post show.
Okay, you guys go because I can't find my team now. Where did it go?
I actually
Cinderella pick. I guess you're probably talking about a double-digit seed.
I mean, if you have, I'm fine. I think anything above them. It's depending on how deep you have them going. Like, I'm not asking you to pick a 12 seed to go to the Final Four. If you got a 4 seed in the Final Four, I think that qualifies.
I got a 7 seed Miami in the Elite 8.
Really?
Oh.
I got South Florida in the Sweet 16, and I think they actually could knock off UConn, but I'm not picking it. So I guess South Florida would be my farthest. I actually do have the Akron Zips in the Sweet 16 as well. So I got 11 and a 12 in the Sweet 16.
God, I don't know. I'm not sure I got.
So I guess those are my.
I have Santa Clara in the Sweet 16, and that's probably.
I guess that counts. I guess that counts.
A 10. I mean, I just don't think there's anyone. I don't think there's anyone else stepping up to the plate.
I'm literally opening my bracket because I'm with you. I kind of forgot.
It's
being slow.
Otherwise, I have Vandy in the Elite 8. But I mean, Miami is in the Elite 8 and they're 7, so they're.
I've got Duke, Houston, Arizona, Michigan. I just could not get anyone other than Duke. I think it's one of 4 teams, but I just picked Duke. I didn't even know.
I gave you my whole spiel about them, but I have BYU in my Elite 8. I think Purdue's a favorable matchup. I think Gonzaga's overrated. Although I think I do this every year where I think Gonzaga is worse than they are and then they always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I usually pick them to get upset every game in the first round. And then
I actually have Tennessee.
Gonzaga's second best player has been out 8.5 weeks with a dislocated knee. He's not playing the first weekend, but he might play the second. But to your point, that would mean he's not playing against
Right. That's all I need.
BYU.
That's all I need.
I have Tennessee
I'm a
in the
big,
Elite Eight.
I'm a huge, like when it comes to, and this probably doesn't always work out, at least early, especially in the tournament. Like I'm huge on just single guys being able to carry a team. And I think
Well, and that's
BYU
why
has one, if not
that's
two.
why Arkansas and ACUF could beat
Right.
Arizona, go to the Final Four, which some people are picking. And it's
Right.
actually crazy. He still, after his performance last month or so, has not even really gone up in the draft, the big boards, which is pretty. This is the best freshman draft class I've ever seen. It's absurd. So almost all of them are in the tournament, so it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I do think Zippy pulls off the upset, and now that Bama's down their guy, I mean maybe they can pull an extra one off. I hate to be that guy, but the transfer portal and everything, I just feel like the upsets aren't there. I think Texas A&M is a sneaky one to watch out for, just because they play such an interesting style of basketball, and I think St. Mary's is not all that good. And then after that, they play Houston, and I'm just like, can Bucky Ball beat, Houston really wants to turn these things into like knockdown, drag out, like force you to turn the ball over, and like Bucky Ball doesn't really care about that. That was the coach of that Samford team that should have beat Kansas if it weren't for that terrible call at the end of last year. And Houston's super efficient. They want to play the game at their own pace, but I'm like, maybe that's a team that can force them out of it. I don't know. I don't have them beating Houston, but I really think Texas A&M and VCU, again, just because of their matchups, are probably the only double-digit seeds I personally see going super far, but it's slim pickings.
I have VCU actually beating Illinois. I just saw.
I think VCU, yeah.
I just had to pick somebody, so I have Tennessee in the Elite Eight to lose to Michigan. I don't think Tennessee's that good, but I just don't see.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where he came up with Tennessee. I think I have them losing in the first round.
I've got Tennessee because they're going to end up playing Santa Clara. But I just think they're the glass slipper.
But this is the first Virginia team, and I think the history of Virginia's program that can score the basketball. So
that cares about scoring.
I'm just going by the past. They just do what they do.
Well,
I think Sam's point is they don't anymore.
We'll see.
All right, Dad, you gave your final four. You said Duke, Houston, Arizona, Michigan. Spoiler alert, that is also my final four.
Wow. That's bizarre. We did not compare notes.
Mine is subject to change on Duke. I'm still figuring out all the injuries there.
I might change mine Sunday too, but...
Yeah, I mean, I could...
No, but mine is now Duke, Arizona, Michigan, like you guys, but I have Illinois in.
Really? Oh. You believe in the former Soviet Union they've kind of built up over there?
I mean, their offense is so good, and they can score it. And I think Keaton Wagler's, he's not even really underrated anymore because he's but I think I think Wagler's is so fun to watch, and little Stojakovic, former Bay Area kid. So
we got him.
Why do you do this?
The Vikings got him.
Why do you always do this? What, you're gonna bring punter news again?
Yeah, Johnny Hecker.
There you go.
Great way to end the first round of shows, right? On WFNU 94.1 Frogtown Community Radio.
You didn't even say who we have winning.
Oh. Hold, please. Go ahead.
Well, Dad looks it up. I got Michigan winning it all.
I have Arizona over
Duke. Arizona also. I have Arizona over Houston.
Okay, at least that's different.
I know. What if God, that's weird.
Yeah.
If it came down to that.
Should we do well, we can talk post show. That's WFNU 94.1 FM Frogtown Community Radio. Do we have a Connor show? I feel bad.
Connor, I think we will actually be the first live show in a long time between Katie being gone, Connor gone. So Connor should be coming back from Florida. They got snowed in 4 extra days. Not the worst place to get 5 extra days. So yes, tune in and see what happens. Yeah, huge punter news. I mean, this is the guy we've been looking for.
Can't be worse, right?
I don't know. I mean, he was an
He's a
all-pro.
first team All Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler. I mean,
I thought our punters sucked. That could be the difference. Probably in nothing. But anyways, what's on the agenda for the after show here?
well, I wanted to revisit Sam's point about Illinois because I actually I'm an Illinois believer as well, and I didn't want to write that off because I actually looked at it and I was like, I don't think Florida's got it, and I
No.
really wanted a 3 seed, and the one that I really called to me was Illinois, but I am and always will be a Houston truther, and I know I just talked about could BYU beat them, blah blah blah. I don't actually think so. I would have picked them, but there's something about Houston. I don't know that they're as good as they have been historically this year, but they still got Emmanuel Sharp. Kingston Flemings is legit at the point. Like they force turnovers at a top 15 rate. They're top 15 offensively efficient. If they get far enough, they basically have home games.
Can I ask you a
They
question?
still have Milos
I
Uzan too, who was like unreal last year. I I
well,
I think
I'm glad
I
you
think
brought
if
him
it
up.
all if it all comes to fruition, I think Illinois Houston is going to be
Or if it just happens.
yeah, that too. I think that's going to be the Sweet 16 game to watch. And there's some good ones. I mean, you're going to get
Does
UConn, Michigan State, you're going to
does
get
Houston
Arizona,
play
Arkansas,
Texas
but
A&M during the season? That's a crazy
no,
second round matchup.
no. Well, Texas A&M has to win, but yes, they are. Texas A&M's the 10 seed,
I know, but I feel they are.
but no, they do not.
But I love Houston. I think Kelvin Sampson is fantastic, and I really want Kelvin Sampson to get a title before he retires. And I usually always have them at Final Four, but I'm so sick of them, not winning it that I decided not to include them at Final Four. And I partly is because I'm also so sick of watching Uzan, however you pronounce the play, because I think he is one of the most overrated players in the country. He was bad in the tournament down the stretch last year. He can't beat his man off the dribble, overrated shooter. And he's now that he's the third fiddle, he's like doesn't have to do as much and he's fine playing this role. But I mean Flemings is awesome, of course. Sharp is great, but I think he is at a third guy is not as good as what Illinois has when with their team. And they got Wagler, like I said, Little Peja, um, Tomislav, and all those guys. So I
Yeah,
think
I
they can beat them. But yeah, I mean, like you
just
said,
staring at that bracket scene, Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois, you kind of go, ugh. But I mean, Illinois is legit, but I think Houston's got too
I
much.
don't. Yeah, I just I don't remember Iowa being any good. I mean,
No.
I know they won 20 whatever, they won 20 games and they got the Sturts kid and whatever, but like I just remember never being impressed when I watched Iowa play.
No, I agree.
I think it's because they like play basketball like they play football. I feel like I remember them just it was so slow and they used every second of the shot clock every time and I'm like I don't know. Like there's something about it. I also kind of have this standing rule right now. Um, I don't I don't pick teams that lost to Georgetown until Georgetown is good again, and we beat Clemson, so um, I
no,
can't pick
that
Clemson.
Clemson Iowa might be the most boring game of the entire first round. So
And I
that
think let me find March Madness tip
that
time.
is
I
funny you
want to
say that though.
say
Or go ahead.
no, I haven't found what I'm looking for yet, so go ahead.
I'll just say while you look it up, I do usually look at if the team has played Minnesota or Santa Clara and Georgetown, and if they've lost to them or barely beat them, I usually don't pick them.
Yeah. So I was
A-
this is not
AK St. Louis only beat us by one, and Santa Clara blew a 9-point lead against them late, of course. I picked Georgia.
yeah. I thought I had this slightly wrong. I thought Iowa Clemson was the last game of the early slate, meaning we were going to be stuck watching it by itself for a little bit, but instead it is the first game of the late slate on Friday evening. So we still will be stuck watching that by itself for about 20 minutes until Northern Iowa St. John's tips off. Back to your point about it being a boring game.
Can I digress for 1 second? And
Yeah,
it's just a general question.
Kind of what we do in the post show. So
Yeah. What has to be wrong in your life to get kicked out of a spring training game for arguing balls and strikes? I feel like whether you're in Arizona or Florida, it's not that bad. Just go sit down and get some sun. Not that big of a deal. And then for the manager to also get kicked out in a spring training game, I feel like your life is taking a bad turn.
Venezuela, all they've done all game is argue balls and strikes. And if you watch these games, the umps have a big strike. The umps have a big strike zone. I'm just sick and tired of them like arguing the balls and strikes because if you watch, it's going both ways. It's a big strike zone. Just swing the bat. Like, what are we doing?
I don't know if this is true or not, but the Olympic hockey team has already confiscated their jerseys back from the team, and they don't want to be associated with the baseball team for losing this game. So they took them back already.
My biggest thing with this World Baseball Classic is one, how poorly timed the whole thing was because the guys don't want to play. You're just not going to get me to take a tournament seriously when this was like the championship pitching matchup. Like,
I know. They
Venezuela
got guys coming, going, staying, leaving.
Also, Scooble needs to cry me a river. He's like, I drove through a rainstorm because I couldn't bear to not be with these guys.
By the way,
how about you pitch?
He shouldn't be allowed on the bench.
I agree.
How about you pitch?
How about him saying, if we do this again or do this Olympics, I'll be the first guy to sign up. Well, dude, you're in it right now. I don't understand what you're waiting for. There's going to be a spring training or a opening day if they do it in 3 years.
Yeah, has he checked the division he's in? He's got that one already. So you would have been fine to pitch for these guys.
He also pitched.
Doesn't matter if you pitch game 1 or 2.
He also did pitch like 2 days ago, like in spring training.
Right.
It drove me nuts.
And Bryce Harper can shove it too. I mean, he hasn't been that good, and his comments have been pretty frustrating.
Well, listen, Buxton is on borrowed time till he gets hurt anyways, and the Twins are going to be awful. But to go sit there for 3 weeks and never play and get no at bats to get ready for your season,
he's gotten stupid. 8, but yeah.
8. Well, he would have had way more than that. It's pretty stupid.
I mean, the guys who started every game have gotten like 15 or so. That's.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole thing is stupid. It's just a made up, stupid thing. They can't do this in the Olympics because you can't shut down a major league season. It's different than hockey when there's no chance you could do this in baseball.
No, the timing of it all is just so bad because guys don't want to play.
No one does care.
I also have to be honest. Like, people have I think people have fatigue from like the national sports. Like I think people were so invested
right after the Olympics, not good.
Exactly. Time. I think people were so invested in it all that they were like, I don't know, I don't got anything. I don't got any patriotism left.
For the Olympics, we got the men, the women, and the para. The U.S. has already done it. No one cares about this team.
I like it a lot. Like, it's fun. I wouldn't be watching spring training now regardless. I mean, it's something on right now while we wait for March Madness. So I like it, but I think they should, for baseball especially, it should be done instead of the All-Star game, which you don't really care about as much anymore because pitchers are only throwing 40 pitches because, for good reason, it takes a while to build up their arms. Hitters are still getting back in the swing of things. Like, I think the best games would be in the middle.
No pun intended.
Yeah, it would be in the middle of the year when people are actually, up to speed on and things. Granted, there'd be more injuries, likely. Who knows? There's injuries at all points of the year. But I think that needs to be a major change too. And go ahead.
How interesting would it have been if Italy was eliminated immediately? At least they kept it interesting.
But even they were just a bunch of American dudes with Italian last names. Like,
no, I know. It's true. And I think the Italy manager was from like Mexico or who did they lose to? Oh, Venezuela. I'm pretty sure Italy's manager was from Venezuela.
Was it?
I'm serious. It was some really weird thing. I don't know. Or he played
I'm
with all of them,
I'm
or
googling it.
there's some weird connection.
Francisco Cervelli.
It's,
Francisco Cervelli, I don't think is maybe. Yeah, he could be Venezuelan. It sounds.
he's an
Venezuelan.
Italian Venezuelan former baseball catcher and
Yeah,
manager.
Francisco
Thank you.
Cervelli. There you go.
Thank you. So I'm 1 for like 7.
He was
But
born in
anyways,
Venezuela.
he did you see him when Venezuela won? He like pumped his fist. He was happy for him.
Born
My
in
God.
Venezuela to an Italian immigrant father and a Venezuelan mother.
Yeah, he was born in Venezuela. See,
You know,
I should get a lot
guys,
of the stuff back that I was wrong because that's a great fact I just had.
I don't know that it's great. I think Venezuela is one of those countries that, like, I mean, how old?
Aren't they
when
mad
did
at
it-
us still or no? I can't remember.
I can't. It's very confusing. I just think.
It's just a
So you got to
grudge
imagine
match.
Francisco Cervelli's Italian immigrant father. Okay. I just
Telling you.
anybody that moves to certain South American countries during certain parts of the night, the mid 1900s,
Yeah.
they're not normally there for
He
good
pumped his
reasons.
fist when they won.
No
I'm like,
offense to
oh, that's
Cervelli.
awkward. Super awkward.
No, I mean, I I like it, but like you guys have mentioned, we talked about it last show. It's ridiculous that they're not even playing for their country, and they're playing for. It's similar thing happens in basketball with Embiid and Cat and everything. They can just play for whatever team they want in any year they want.
Right.
Once you
No,
pick a team, you got to stay with the team, and it's just all ridiculous.
I think I saw something that if Italy had made it and won, all 18 position players would have been from the U.S. or something crazy like that. Like
Did they-
every Italian.
So then they
Italian
just should have
player
just
was-
said, you know what, we're not playing the game, we all win, or whatever.
just give every America wins again. Maybe not the right. Well, I'm just gonna say it. NXT. I'm not sure it's great timing to be debuting a team under the name Birthright. I would have probably.
Yeah.
I would have probably pressure tested that one a bit.
I think the good news is, if there is any, is unless you're part of the tribe, you don't really know what that means.
Fair.
Which I don't know how many tribe members we have. Yeah, I think, we were at a wedding a few weeks ago. I wonder if we have a new tribe member that might be listening. That guy was electric. I'm not gonna say his name because he'll appear. Oh wait, that's Joe Henry. Never mind. But yeah, I don't. But you're right. It seems a little
just maybe poor timing.
misguided.
Pivoting back, Howard won your first game. They got the special prize of now being 31.5-point underdogs against Michigan.
Well, Davidson's hanging on for dear life after being up by 75, I think, in this game. But in the knit game, that would have been an upset. Apparently, I don't know, over Oklahoma State.
Davidson was up 14, and Oklahoma State was 6.5-point favorites.
Okay, well they're hanging on. Big game for Yale. That was a huge upset in the knit. NC Wilmingham beat Yale. Has Yale ever been a third seed in anything other than maybe hockey?
They were like
Scholastic
a 13
Decathlon
in the tournament and won a game.
That's true. That's true. And Liberty takes down why the number 3 seed is not doing well in the tourney in the knit.
Oh, they beat George Mason? I was actually curious about that game.
77-71.
I saw someone, I don't know why it was on my feed, but someone at George Mason to win their knit. That's the tough start to the bracket season.
Yeah, no,
Talk
that
about
makes
busted.
it a lot tougher.
Talk
Texas
about bracket busted.
Texas early 6-2 lead. Take what you want from
Oklahoma
that.
State's on a 5-0 run in the last 20 seconds.
You know what? So, oh yeah, no, that game's over now. Well, that's good. And Tulsa's got a slim lead in their first round. Who's the heck? Oh, Stephen F. Austin.
Oh, they're normally a bracket buster.
Yeah, they must have a down year.
So, maybe to conclude, a partially philosophical question, but also a real question. What is the largest spread that you think you would bet on for a 1 to beat a 16 team seed? Michigan is opening. Oh, I just
To
totally
actually
screwed
beat them or
everything
to
up.
Betting
cover?
the spread, or yeah?
No,
Or,
betting the spread. I just accidentally clicked Howard. I need to. Oh, Jesus. Where did I do
Well,
that?
what's the biggest? Like, what could how
30,
big could this?
31 and a half. Michigan is favored by 31 and a half over Howard. Duke is 30 and a half. No, sorry. Duke is 27 and a half
27.
over Siena. Florida is not a line yet because it's not out. And Arizona is 30 and a half over LIU. Fins up.
I would say
Okay,
I'd be comfortable betting 45.
really?
That's
Like,
comfortable.
You would take a 1 seed to win a game by 45.
Oh no, I'm talking 16 seed to cover 45.
Oh, you're looking at it the other way. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's maybe a bet. That's maybe a more
I
interesting.
I think
I'd be comfortable doing that.
who's playing the Finns?
I'd take a 1
Arizona.
seed to cover
I
27
think
and a
Arizona
half.
gets off to rocky starts. That would not surprise me if that was a 23-point game.
Yeah, they'd cover that. That's a cover.
Yeah, and Duke sometimes comes out to a slow start. I think
You, I,
Michigan wins by 70.
Michigan doesn't seem to take many prisoners. Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep piling it on. I think a couple of those could. I mean, you're not going to bet for. Yeah, I mean, what are we talking? $2,000-$3,000? I guess. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to unit shame anybody, but I was just more just curious of the.
I guess. How much am I betting?
Well, that seems like a personal choice. I mean,
Yeah, I'd probably I'd probably do a couple of those for maybe $50 to $75 just for fun.
I am strangely enticed by Long Island covering 30 and a half.
I think they're gonna. That was the first one I said. I really think they're gonna.
Although
Should
I
we
can't
bet
bet
on?
on them
No,
because I can't. It's in New York. I can't bet on any of the New York teams,
I can't either.
and that would
I,
include.
I I could be in Florida and I'd have to literally go to the casino to do it because I don't know how to do it online. So
It's pretty easy. It's an
yeah,
app, and you hit two
because
buttons.
you're not 61. I can't figure any of that stuff out.
Well,
Davidson's making
you're
a run now. They're coming back. All right. Well, I mean, next week, next week's going to be difficult for me
Selfish.
unless we do it early. I mean, like a Tuesday. Just
That's today. We're doing this on a Tuesday.
yeah.
we
So
have the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
next Tuesday would be the best day possible because we will be breaking hearts
Bread.
next week
Oh.
and crafting the teams and stuff. And Wednesday could be a incredibly late night. Thursday I could get shot, so that might not go
Well,
well.
hold on. Can I back up? Why is
Yeah.
Wednesday going to be late if Tuesday you're picking the teams?
No, that week. Tuesday would be a better night to do it. Wednesday we start crafting the teams.
Oh,
We
I
do
missed.
every night.
Okay.
Every night we sit down and go over it, but Wednesday we pick the JV varsity and cuts, and then Thursday we
Stressful.
pick the younger kids. I'm not stressed because I'm not getting cut. And for those listening that might be in this predicament, um, I have zero problem telling people that they got cut, so it's okay for me. I'm actually really good at it too.
I blame the
The
for
head
any.
coach.
Well, no. Well, I guess it's ultimately his decision, but I was gonna say for any pitcher who gets cut, I blame the pitching coach who is still in Florida during
So I
pitchers and catchers
wait,
reporting.
wait. This is the best ever. Every flight we have. Well, the Connor for Connor's court. I mentioned 5 extra days in Florida. We have multiple players who were coming back last Monday. They couldn't get out till Friday or Saturday of this week. Our pitching coach uh, decided he was going to fly out of some obscure tiny airport right outside Tampa. Like he said, I didn't even know this airport was here. They had 4 gates, 5 flights leaving today. Flight 1 canceled, Flight 2 canceled, Flight 3 canceled, Flight 4 canceled, Flight 5 his on time. The only one that got out. He's like, how am I getting home and no one else can when all these flights are changed? So he's already touched down back here, ready to go. But I think in his head he was still going to be gone for 3 days. But yeah, I said you can't make that. You can't really make that one up. It was crazy what's going on. I mean, people are literally stranded. Now, granted, I'd rather be stranded there, but I mean, not everyone has a ton of money or places to stay,
Well, that's the
especially
problem is
during spring break.
how many places don't, all of a sudden have space just
No,
because you left.
I'm sure you're going to some obscure like Super 8 motel. Nothing against them, of course. Well, actually, everything against them.
Yeah, I think you meant
By
that.
the airport, Sam and I almost stayed in a. Was that a Motel 6 or was that you and I?
I need more of the
Where?
story.
I think Drew and I almost stayed in St. Cloud at the Motel 6. Remember that? We were like, nah, let's just drive home.
Sure.
When,
I don't really remember. I believe
Could
you
have
though.
could have been me.
Maybe it was.
We've
Yeah, I don't
stayed
know.
we've stayed in everything from the honeymoon suite together to beds that were laying on the floor. So
I know.
Beds on the floor it's supposed to be good for your back, for whatever
well,
it's worth.
it
I'm
was
back
not.
in. I'm the honeymoon suite. When I made my reservations for that place, they put me back in the executive suite, which I've asked them not to do for the million times, but it's on my record that I have to be in it, and they will not take it off. I don't know what. Sam, you were with me for part of it, and then last year
I
it wasn't available, so they
was.
insisted I have the honeymoon suite. But now I'm back to it's ridiculous. That's the Redwood Inn, by the way, in the middle of nowhere. All right. Well, is there anything else we should touch housing on?
Nope.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, I guess we are women's winners, but I got UConn. I think everyone probably does.
I think you're. I guess if you don't pick UConn or UCLA, I don't really.
I've got UConn over LSU. I went a little different just because I knew everyone would pick those
Yeah,
two.
so you got to find a way to win the bracket. I don't think you really are giving yourself a chance to win if you don't pick either probably UConn or UCLA. But LSU's a good team too.
Yeah, I mean that. By the
Flage.
way, go ahead, Sam.
No, I was just saying there. I was just saying Flage.
Quickly, not that it's going to matter, but if you really were looking at those, explain to me how UCLA, LSU, the Gophers forget who the second seed is really good too in ours. Do you remember?
No, but I can get it up in
The
2 seconds.
second seed in the Gophers is LSU.
Okay, who's the third? Someone really.
Duke.
Oh, Duke, and then Ole Miss is probably better than the Gophers. Yeah, that you talk about a juggernaut.
By the way, UTSA is a 54.5 point underdog against UConn, and I'm not comfortable with that.
No, I don't. I think UConn can cover 55 points.
God, it's so much though. Like, what if they find a heart? Davidson ties it up. What if they find a heart though and just take the gas off?
They don't. Do you know how much they won the Big East tournament championship by?
Well, that's probably not going to help. Yeah.
They won the championship by 39.
Oh,
Do you know how much they won the semifinal by?
well, it's not
49.
54. Oh, that got closer.
No, further. Oh, and closer to 54, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They only managed to beat your fighting Georgetown Hoyas in the quarterfinals by 45. So they have not covered 54, but they beat Villanova in the Big East tournament final. Villanova is in the tournament by 39. Excuse me.
Oh, can I ask one quick question? Two quick questions. One, who's your prediction to coach Syracuse?
Well, apparently, USF guy Hogston, whatever. Apparently, he declined. He turned it down.
Okay, and then I'm
But I've
sorry.
also seen I've seen one guy say he agreed to it and one guy saying he turned it down. So
Oh, okay.
who knows?
It
It
would
would be pretty scummy to leave.
Why would you
after a year.
leave the University of Miami of Florida, who you just took to the tournament, to go to Butler? Thank you.
Didn't he play there? Didn't John Lucas play there?
Oh, maybe that's true. But
Oh no, or did
still.
he? No, I don't think he did. I think he played at Texas.
So that guy's,
He
I guess.
played for Florida and Texas.
Yeah, I got that wrong. Yeah,
So
I don't know. That's a great question.
Miami
I don't
guys,
know.
I guess, going to Butler, which I don't really
That
understand.
doesn't really make any sense.
Okay, well, we'll be back next week. We will see how off we were. I don't think we're going to be off in the first couple rounds, but it's another edition of Apples to Apples. See you next week.